So, this video here is about, well, this video is about the future of this channel and the podcast and all things like that. So, as you may or may not know, tomorrow, the first episode of the Alpha Legion Community Cast is being recorded. Now, as for when that will come out, that'll be done as soon as I'm editing. As soon as I get done editing it, it'll come out. Now, since the audio is going to be mostly raw. Sorry, I am a little sick here. Since the audio is going to be mostly raw, it shouldn't take that much time. All I'm really going to be doing is slapping some images on there in slideshow format. So you're not going to get. It's not going to take too much time to edit that together. I mean, screwing around with the audio files is probably going to be what takes the most time, because how I'm going to have everyone do it is they're going to use Audacity to record themselves and then send that to me. And then I'll just edit it down in case anyone like me is picking up anyone else's audio, so I can cut down on any echo as much as possible. But most likely, if you hear an echo, that's because of me. It's just there's nothing I can do about it until I get a headset. And well, there's no way I'm probably going to be able to get a headset anytime within the next month. Maybe around Thanksgiving, maybe, but until that point, there isn't much I can actually do in that respect. Now, as for the podcast itself, things we're going to be going over are Alpha Legion news, like events and videos. Then we're going to go for the lore stuff, because there is the RP side. And I would like to note that this is not going to be a calling out thing. Like, if somebody gets banned and it's something really bad, we may talk about it. But I'm going to maintain a strict policy of not naming any names. We're going to focus on if something that bad really happens. And mind you, this has to be a really, really fucking bad thing for it to get on the podcast. Or it just has to be some sort of recurring misbehavior in the Legion in general. And like I said, we're not going to name any names. We're only if we ever go onto anything behavior-wise, it's going to be strictly the behavior itself. Nothing else. There won't be anyone named. No one will be outed. And I will, if any names get named, I'm going to edit them out. Unless Ares specifically tells me not to, because, well, Ares is the head admin, so he kind of gets final say. Now then, as for the podcast, well, sticking to the podcast, and how its relation to this channel, I don't want it to stay on this channel. I don't consider it, it's not something I would ever consider my content, because, I mean, this is basically what you get if I didn't have other people in the podcast. You just have me talking over some fucking sliding images, although this is going to have some Soulstorm instead of images, so you'll have something to look at, some Space Marines and Tau, which you should already be able to tell by now, because, you know, you'll be watching the edited version, in which I have just put this audio on top of that thing. So, as for how the podcast is going to be, as for where the podcast will move to, that's still something I've yet to determine. I have some ideas, but I kind of want to discuss them with the admin chat and with the community in general before I do anything like that. So, for the foreseeable future, it's staying here, although I in no way consider it mine. Now, as for things I do consider mine, what am I going to do about that stuff? Well, like I said, you're not going to get much more than a 5-minute clips, and art stuff is going to be, unless I get my scanner fixed, any art stuff is going to be few. very few and very far between, if at all. So, there's three things that I need to buy. And once again, I'm not asking you for money. I don't even have a fucking PayPal, so don't even think of sending me anything. So, basically, the three things I need are a headset, and that's mostly for quality reasons, cut down on echo and all that. An external hard drive in case, like the maximum video I can make right now and be comfortable with the amount of space that leaves me is about 20 minutes of video footage. I've been testing with Soulstorm, and that's what I found out. Now, that's only for games and such, and Fraps, and Fraps has ridiculously huge file sizes. But, I don't want to really use Bandicam or anything like that, because Fraps, despite the big file size, actually works pretty well. Now, if you can suggest something that's as good as Fraps for me and has a smaller file size, I would very much appreciate it. Because right now I'm working with a 0.5 terabyte hard drive. It's enough. I've already done tests. It's enough for the podcast because I'm not going to put any sort of video in that. It is, however, not enough. Well, when I say any sort of video, I mean it's going to be static images that are just repeating over a frame. That's a lot easier. That's actually a lot easier in terms of space I found in, recording of a game. So that may just be Fraps because I haven't actually tried with Overwolf because the only reason I have Overwolf is because its FPS counter works for games where Steam's just doesn't. And I like the FPS counter. So I did take away the FPS counter for my Soulstorm, so. Well, I think I did. I think I turned it off. He was using it for New Vegas Beats earlier today, so it may be on there, but whatever. If it's on there, it's on there. But as for, so those file sizes, just until I get an external hard drive, you're gonna get 20-minute little videos. There's gonna be, if I ever do a Let's Play, it'll basically how that'll work is it'll be 20 minutes an episode because that's as much as I can go. Though the audio won't be like this with me just talking back over it. The whole recording for Soulstorm, this was just to give you guys something to look at that wasn't sliding pictures. And it'll come out as it comes out, and that'll basically be the only thing. And the podcast will take priority over new episodes if I ever do that. Well, if I do it, my Steam library is pretty fucking small, so, And, so yeah. As for other types of content I might do, little short 5-minute videos, like the penguin thing, maybe. Well, a 2.5 minute, but you get the idea. Maybe some history stuff, because I can go longer with that, and I enjoy history and science. And I can go longer with that and just put pictures on there and explain how it works. And, have a pretty good thing. So, how is this channel going? Well, I don't expect this to take off at all. I honestly don't. It's the only reason I have the subscribers is because one of my friends subscribed to me when I was talking to him at school, mostly asking for advice. And, really cool guy, by the way. Matt Darky. Go watch his videos if you want. I'm not gonna tell you to subscribe to him, but, if you enjoy his stuff, go subscribe to him. And, yes, so back to everything. Well, I'm not gonna monetize this channel. I don't really have an intent to, unless, it gets to the point where there's no other way I can afford to keep the channel going, then I'll monetize it and basically put everything either into the channel or whatever is stopping me from doing it, because this is all, however, assuming I ever actually start doing this in a serial fashion. Probably not. This is probably just going to be mostly whatever I come up with at the time I'll post. It's not going to be... I'm still in an experimental phase, basically, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm going to, I'm going to basically try out a bunch of stuff over the next couple weeks and see what I like, see what you guys like. If you have any suggestions for anything you want me to do, leave them in the comments. I can't do anything live, like face cam stuff, just because of, once again, the setup of this laptop. It does have a webcam, yes, but, well, it's a setup thing. I don't want to do that anyways. I mean, I don't really feel the need to do that, and I don't wish to do that, so I'm not gonna do that, but, you know, maybe one day, if assuming this channel actually gets popular, which, again, never going to happen, and enough people bitch at me about it, maybe I'll do it. Probably not. Some of you, though, I've actually seen my face, a few Roll20s, so, yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of running out of time here. I've only got like 7 minutes left, so so people you should subscribe to rather than me, because, well, we have 3 videos about the fucking podcast, this, and a shitty little penguin thing I made in Age of Empires 2 HD Edition. Alpha Kitty. Definitely Alpha Kitty, one of the best video makers in the Legion. Funny guy, really cool. Really glad to actually know the dude. Go subscribe to him. He's fucking awesome. Shas'O Swoll. Now, why should you subscribe to him? Well, he's got a few good things on his channel, honestly. Some of it, this is mostly personal taste, so don't take my word. I'm not saying any of it is bad, I'm just saying some of it isn't to my taste. But it's all really, for what he's got, it's pretty high quality stuff. And he's also the host and guy who's uploading the Alpha Legion Community Upper High videos. You may have already seen the first one, and the second one is on the way. Eventually. So he says. So, yeah, go subscribe to those 2. Obviously, you should subscribe to Alfabusa, watch his videos. Text-to-speech device is great. The upper high videos he has are really high quality and make our little shitty community attempts look, well, they make us look like the faggots we are. So, yes, go subscribe to all of them. And, Karl the Deranged, he has some good videos as well. And I'm trying to think of anyone who's actually sort of hosting a bunch of anything related to the Legion right now. Because we'll go into this more on the podcast anyways, so whatever. Now, back to the podcast, as for how the podcast is going to work, is it's going to have a rotating cast. Basically, before the podcast, day before, I've already done it today, I'm going to see who's available for the recording, and then I am going to, if there's a certain topic that week that needs some sort of, like, someone who knows a good deal about it, I'll probably put them on, but mostly it'll be decided by RNG, random number god, for those of you who don't know that. Which means everyone gets assigned a number. I just go into some random number generator, just roll a dice, and whoever's picked is picked. Though, if there are problems between 2 people, I'll try to change it, and yada yada yada. Now, that is basically it. So, thanks for listening this far, and enjoy the next, about 4 minutes of Tao getting brutally fucking murdered. Although, yeah, just enjoy the next few minutes of me pretty much sucking at Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse. Although, to be fair, I honestly thought the AI was going to be a lot more aggressive than it was. So, I don't know, I was kind of building up for them to, like, fucking rush me and break my shit. But they never did, so, I mean, yeah, that's how that turned out. And by the time, I was just like, fuck it, I don't know why I picked that map. I actually hate that map. Because it's too small for fucking it's too small for even, like, an Ultimate Apocalypse. Like, fucking 1v1, honestly. It turns 1v1 into a fucking... I don't know why I picked that map, but whatever. It is what it is. I mean, not ragging on Ultimate Apocalypse. Ultimate Apocalypse, great. You should totally get the mod. And give all the praise unto Lord Cylon. I don't know how to say his name, but you know, guy who makes this, and Necron guy, because they are the devs behind it, and they are really, really amazing. And yeah, so just I'm kind of done rambling here. So thank you, and have a nice day. And I will see you on the podcast tomorrow with the announcement of the winner of the Community Cast logo contest. Though right now, I will say this, Lethal Mask, who honestly I think is one of the better ones on there. Well, there's only 4 on there, but he's one of the, he's, in my opinion, the best. Is way far ahead, though only like, I think 7 people have voted still. He's got 4 of the votes and everyone else has 1. Someone fucking voted for mine. Gorox, why the fuck would you vote for my shit thing? Anyways, go vote on that. Link will be in the description. All the links will be in the description. See you on the podcast tomorrow, and good job to everyone, to like Mraxis, Delred, and Lethal Mask, who are the ones besides my own on the final vote. So yes, I will see you on the podcast, and I am sorry I keep fucking doing this, but I'm going to stop now, so bye.
Pursue ever the ideal of the machine.